Have you noticed how much energy you lose by observing the lives of others, comparing yourself, trying to fit in, responding to external demands, while the most important thing stays back? You, in this age of distractions constant, focus in oneself. It is not selfishness, is spiritual survival. The Buddhism teaches that attention is the most precious jewel of the mind, and that where your attention is your life. Today I want to take you to a space of reunion, to that place where the noise it turns off and you return to the center. If you are ready to stop living toward outside and return to your essence, subscribe now to the channel and stay until the end. This video can return you hills valuable that you have, your vital energy. It was a serene morning in the mountains. The fog danced among the trees like a natural incense, and the sun began to paint the edges of the gold path. A teacher walked silently next to her young disciple in one of his usual meditative walks through the forest. Both went in silence. The steps were slow, conscious, almost sacred. The teacher walked as if he were kissing the land with the feet. The disciple, he continued attentively until something struck him, distracted. First, it was the high-pitched song of a bird between the branches, then the fluttering of some colorful butterflies, then some footprints strange in the land that they woke up his curiosity. Every time something new appeared, the young man stopped, looked, was fascinated. When it dispersed and when it finally rose the view, the teacher was no longer there. The path seemed confused, the trees equal, the familiar stones, but without clear direction. "Master," he shouted, with anxiety. "Where are?" Path in circles, he searched among the trees, continued random footprints until that the fear began to sneak in his chest. Hours passed, and just when the despair had hugged him, saw. The teacher was sitting next to a tree in deep meditation as if would never have moved. "Master, I'm lost," he said, the disciple agitated, almost on the verge of crying. I searched everywhere. I didn't know toward where to go." The teacher opened the eyes slowly. It looked with tenderness, and he said, "You didn't get lost in the path. The path continued there. You got lost because your attention went to everything but you." The disciple came down the head, suddenly understanding the lesson that no is taught with words, but with experience. Sometimes the path does not disappear. The goal is not erased. The purpose remains there, clear, firm, silent, but our attention is scattered. We lose by looking towards outside when the true address always was inside. Gently close the eyes, take one breath and let it out slowly. Be silent for a moment and ask yourself with honesty, from the heart, where has been my energy lately? How much of me has gone into looking towards outside, in controlling, in comparing, in please? How much I have neglected the I, most sacred, my own soul. There is no judgment, only conscience. Today is a good time to come back. Return to the center, return to the body, come back to you. Because when you focus on you, everything starts to align. Breathe again and prepare yourself. What comes now can transform your shape to inhabit you. Teaching 1, where it goes to your attention, goes to your life. One of the most powerful principles of Buddhism is so simple as it is profound. The mind. It's everything. What you think and in that you become. Think in this for a moment. You attention is your life energy. It's like the water that irrigates a garden, where the you pour, there blooms life or there grows disorder. If your attention is trapped in the external, in network social war, in comparisons, in which others do, think or pretend, without give you account, you are logging out of you. You become a reflection of the world in place of being a reflection of your essence. And so starts wear and tear. You get up and before you realize the good days to yourself, you are already attending to the world. You wake up automatically and your energy disperses before anchoring you in your center. But Buddhism offers us a powerful tool, the training of the attention. The mind is like a muscle, and like a monk train his breathing, you can train your focus. It's not about isolating yourself of the world, but to remember that your world interior deserves to be the first place where you live. Every morning, before looking at your cell phone, before answering messages or diving in the routine, take a break, breathe deep, put the hand on your chest and ask yourself calmly, does my soul need it today? Maybe need silence, maybe gratitude, maybe time direction. Whatever the answer, already you will have achieved the most valuable. Return your attention towards you, and from there begin he day with purpose. Because where your attention goes, you go energy, and where your energy goes, you go life. In what place are you choosing live today? Lesson 2. Comparison is poison for the soul. We live in a world where everything is shows, measures, exposes, lives perfect on social networks, successes apparent, edited achievements, and without give us account, we start to compare our royal road with the version superficial of the others. But Buddhism warns us about this flame, illusion, the illusion that the external has more value than our inner being, the illusion that the garden of the another is more fertile because we do not see its roots. Compare yourself with another is like abandoning your inner temple to stand in front of the another's door, hoping to find there your peace. And what is worse, while your gaze is poses in it alien, your path, your growth, your evolution, your voice is left behind, slowly fading away under the noise of the should, of the I also, from the I'm not enough. But the true spiritual is this: no one else came to live your life. The lotus flower does not compete with the jasmine, don't even rush like the bamboo. Blooms in his own time, in his own space, in his own beauty. So why you follow believing, what do you need, reach someone else? The real one's spiritual path is not toward outside. It is a return to you true, at your pace, at your purpose. When you feel the temptation of comparing yourself, repeat internally, I didn't come to compete. I came to wake up. Every time you choose to honor your own process, you heal a part of yourself that has been judged, demanded, or ignored. Remember, the only person with the one that you should comparing you is with the version of you who used to doubt your own value, and yet today can look at you with more love than yesterday. You are already blooming. Teaching 3. Focusing is not selfish. It is spiritual responsibility. For years we have been made believe that focus in us themselves is selfishness, that thinking about your well-being, in your internal processes, in your healing is somewhat self-centered. But from the Buddhist perspective and the ancestral wisdom, that is not only an error, it is an obstacle for your wake-up. Did not come to this world to fulfill the no one's expectations, not come to please, to follow the current, to act as the others believe that you should. You came to wake up, to recognize your deep nature. Remember that you are also a sacred manifestation of the awareness, and for that you need focus in you, no as a form of evasion, but as a practice of spiritual responsibility. When you focus on your inner path, in your emotions, in your thoughts, in your wounds, something begins to be sorted. You recover energy, you recover clarity, you regain your power, and then from that integrity, from that reunion, you can serve the world, not from the lack, not from the demand, no from the duty, but from the heart, from the coherence, from the authenticity. The real one service is born from whom already was found, because nobody can give what he does not have, and you can't offer light if you have not turned on the yours first. So don't you feel guilty for prioritizing you, for say not to what drains to protect your spaces, for dedicating time to your practice, to your healing, upon your awakening. That's not selfishness. That's aligning yourself with your spiritual mission. Because when you flourish, all that you touch blooms with you. Teaching 4. The focus is a practice daily, not a decision momentary. Many people believe that focusing is simply make a mental decision. From tomorrow, I focus. Today, yeah, I will be present, but true that the focus is not declared, it is cultivates. As an interior garden, your ability to keep the attention in it essential requires constant care, consistency, and softness, because it is not enough to have clarity, just one day. What really transforms your life is the practice daily return to you again and again. The focus is not on rigidity. It's not about demand of you perfection, or eliminate all sudden distraction. It's about coming back. Every time you leave, you come back. Every time that you disperse, remember. Every time you forget about yourself, come back with love. I propose to you an exercise practical for cultivate your focus as a garden care routine full 10 minutes a day. Every day spend at least 10 to minutes being with you without external stimuli. It can be a meditation in silence, one conscious walking, or simply sit down and breathe. During that time, train your mind to be where you are. 2. Weekly focus list. Take paper and pencil and answer with sincerity. What throws me off focus? People, habits, thoughts. What recharges me? Actions, spaces, practices. Then he consciously decides to reduce it, that disperses your energy, and increases it, that strengthens you, not from the obligation, but from love for you same. You will remember that in Buddhism, the focus or mindfulness is considered a virtue essential for the release, because a scattered mind suffers, but a focused mind finds peace, clarity, and purpose. Do not underestimate the power of simple and constant. Sometimes those 10 minutes with yourself are worth more than 1,000 hours of distraction. And if today you decide to start, even if it is with a single minute of presence, already be training your mind to inhabit your life with more awareness, and that it is a profound form of freedom. Lesson 5. Walk away from the noise. It is also healing. We live immersed in an ocean of stimuli, notifications, messages, opinions foreign, comparisons constant, and without give us account that overstimulation wears down our field energetic, weakens the concentration, and us away from our own voice interior. In Buddhism, silence does not, it is emptiness. It is presence. Withdrawal is not an act of escape, but of healing deep. The ancient monks retired to the forest or to the mountains, not for disconnect of the world, but for reconnect with his essence. And that wisdom is still alive today. No, you need go to a distant temple. Can create your own sacred space and half from noise. Cultivate silence. Because every time you choose to turn off the outside world, you are turning on your inner world. Move away noise is also an act of love, of respect towards your energy, of return to the essential.
I share with you advice practical, a mini daily digital retreat. Reserve at least 2 hours a day for yourself. Turn off your cell phone, close social networks, stop consuming content, simply sit with you. You can use that time to meditate or just breathe in silence. Write in a diary what you feel or you think without filters. Observe the nature, a candle, you breathing. Doing nothing, just being. At first it may seem uncomfortable, even boring, but with the time you will discover that
that silence begins to speak to you, soul. Ask yourself in that space, what need really? What part of me is exhausted from so much noise? What does my being whisper to me when I stop listening to everything others? No, you need to wait for a collapse to give yourself peace. You can create it you same today in small decisions. In silence is chosen, in moments with you, without distraction. Because when you walk away of the noise of the world, you begin to hear with clarity the call of your soul. And there, in that frequency more subtle, your is born true spiritual approach, and with he you healing. The lotus blooms in the silence of the pond. It doesn't scream, it doesn't run, it just opens when it is yours moment. You also can bloom if you dare to be silent and focus in you. Pause now. Feel the depth of this message. Because in a world that pushes you to run, compete and compare, choose he silence is an act of bravery. Choose focus in your peace is an act of self-love. And for that silence becomes infertile space for your growth. Let's plant words conscious, words that act like seeds in your mind, and that flourish as presence, clarity, and connection. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath and repeat mentally with me from the heart. I focus on what gives me peace. I release it need for validation external. My life deserves my attention. In, I find myself in silence. Music. Today I come back to me. Breathe and feel how each word affects you. Returns to the center, because the focus is not, it's out, it's in you. And today you have chosen, go back. Focus in your life is not an act of rebellion, is a sacred act. It is to tell to the universe, I'm ready to come back to me, to take care of my energy, to awaken my awareness. If this video gave you clarity, peace, or motivation, like, subscribe to the channel and share this message with someone who also needs refocus. Tell me in the comments what aspect of your life do you need refocus today? Remember, you didn't come to live the life of others. You came to light your own light. Now walk calmly, but with certainty. You own path. See you in the next video. A hug, light.